For a long time, I've been very worried and skeptical about the future of Nintendo because some of their games have been very hit or miss on the Switch. Some of that Nintendo quality and magic feels like it was lacking a little bit. But with the announcement of Super Mario RPG and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm seeing this resurgence of excitement about specifically Mario, but Nintendo as a whole, and it's got me really excited about the future of Nintendo. I'm a Nintendo mega fan, being named Super Koopa after all. I love the Mario series, I love that franchise. And Mario Brothers Wonder had me a little worried because it looked too radically different. But I haven't seen this much hype and excitement around a 2D Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. U. And I love the New Super Mario Bros. Series. I didn't buy into the complaints of people who said it was all samey. And yeah, it was, but it was still good gameplay. But Super Mario Bros. Wonder is adding layers to it, they're adding characters to it, they're adding a little bit of depth to it and more modes, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to play it. I'm even more excited for the re-release of Super Mario RPG, the remake, because I've never fully beaten it, and it's a fantastic JRPG experience, and that could single-handedly revive Mario JRPGs. They've been dead since the last Mario and Luigi game, and since they shut down Alpha Dream. So I'm really excited for Nintendo's future. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's great to see this amount of hype surrounding a company that's developing games well, because in the West, we're not seeing a whole lot of well-developed games. Every once in a while, one squeaks through the cracks and turns out to be great and it gets a lot of praise, i.e. Baldur's Gate 3. But then you go back to the status quo with games like Starfield, which are riddled with bugs and problems, and they're unfinished on release, and then you get Cyberpunk 2077, which they spent years hyping up, but everything just fell apart. People just want quality games again. They want fun games again. Games that are worth their time and money that they can revisit years after the fact and that they can share with their kids and grandkids and whatever. That's just what people want. Nintendo's delivering on that, and they've been consistently delivering on that. Even if I don't personally like a lot of the decisions they've made with their games, they're doing great quality overall, and I really can't complain about that. I think it's fantastic. And I love seeing hype around a company that has kept its standards in place since the very beginning. That's how you do business. You stick to a standard of quality that your customers expect, and you don't waver from it. Yes, developers come and go within these companies, but you hold them to the standards that the customers expect. And that's exactly what Nintendo's about. The only exception to that might be Pokemon, but that's more or less Game Freak. And that's a whole nother issue for another day. But as far as Nintendo's mainline stuff, it's fantastic. I can't complain about it. Like I said, I don't like a lot of the recent Switch games that released. They weren't terrible, but they weren't up to Nintendo standard. The Mario sports games have all been good, but not fantastic. And they haven't generated hype, and they've pretty much been sort of brushed aside as failures. The most recent one being Mario Strikers Battle League, which was a huge disappointment for me. I took time off of work for that one. It was going to be fantastic. It was positioning itself to be fantastic, but yet it ended up being lesser than the games that came before it. There was less effort put into it. I don't know how that happened. It was made by Next Level Games, the people who developed the first two. So all of the pieces seemed to be in place, but yet they couldn't pull it off. I still play it from time to time. It's still a lot of fun, but a lot of people just dropped it like an anvil. I don't understand what went wrong, but hopefully Nintendo learns and they don't give up on the Mario Sports franchise, because I still want to see a Mario Baseball. A lot of people consider that to be one of the best Mario sports games. Those are always fun. If they team up with Namco again, and they have a good enough engine for it, and they have a big enough character selection and customization options, I think it'd be fun. I think it would be great. And who knows if that's on the horizon or not. Fingers crossed for 2024. But I like feeling excited about gaming again. I haven't been excited about gaming in at least 2 or 3 years now, because it's all gotten so stale and ideological and broken and littered with bad business practices, microtransactions, and just anti-consumer bullcrap that just isn't worth investing money in. And that's why I really shifted my channel's focus away from gaming and more towards overall media like comic books and cartoons and older stuff that I really like, independent stuff that I really like. But I like to revisit whenever there's good news in gaming, and there's a lot of good news with Nintendo. They're still consistently doing good. I still worry about their future because I feel like they're slowly starting to reduce the amount of quality for the sake of churning out product, and I think as they continue to find success, unfortunately, they're going to be a victim of that. That's my own prediction. I'm not saying I know the future, but that tends to be the trend that happens with a lot of these companies. You know, the more success you find, the more corners end up being cut. You know, we're far removed from a lot of the original people who founded Nintendo and founded a lot of Nintendo's core franchises. So if they're smart, they're training the next generation to understand what makes these games great, how to make them, and holding them to that standard. And if they can keep that up, then Nintendo can keep going for a long time. They'll be like Disney, you know, or like Disney once was, I should say. But I am excited for the future of Nintendo. I don't know what 2024 is going to bring, but this fall lineup is going to be the shot in the arm they need. These two games are going to be Christmas most wanted games. I don't see anything better coming from any other developers, to be honest. There's a couple of indie games I'm excited about, and I don't know when they're releasing. I don't know when Alien Hominid Invasion's coming out, but it must be soon because they're also co-releasing a re-release of the original Alien Hominid. I really like Behemoth Games. I like what they put out there. I think their games are a ton of fun. They're the epitome of good indie games. And I think that's really the only thing to look forward to is some of the indies. You know, I played a lot of demos of different indies. I bought a lot of good indies this year. Currently playing through Dead Cells. I think that's a fantastic game. That's a game I overlooked for quite a while until I started to play it, and then I was like, yeah, this is a whole lot of fun. And then I've just been playing different indies that I find, demos of indies that I find. I've been playing, is it Legend Bowl or Legendary Bowl? It's a football game that's on Switch. It was on PC before, I believe. It's a really solid football game, probably the best one on Switch now, and I'm not even a huge football guy, but every once in a while, I like to dabble into it. You know, you can create your own teams. I haven't bought the game yet. I've just been playing through the demo because, admittedly, I suck at football. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I'm enjoying myself with it, and I might actually buy it when it's at a decent price. And then I've been playing Pizza Tower over on PC, still waiting for a Switch port, but that's a fantastic platformer inspired by the Wario Land games. So there's a lot of good stuff in the indie space. They're making the types of games that they liked to play growing up, and they're doing them fantastically well. They deserve your support. Them and Nintendo, I think, make up the bulk of good gaming out there, with the occasional double and triple A release from some studios like people who did Baldur's Gate. The ones who are devoted to quality deserve your time and money. Which is all the more hilarious that when Baldur's Gate 3 released, that you had so many people complaining that, you know, you shouldn't expect games to be this good, basically, is what they were saying. It's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but this is happy. This is good. Well done, Nintendo. And I can't wait to play both of these games this fall, so let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Super Koopa TV. God bless. Have a good one. Peace.